In this video, you'll learn how to customize the display of objects and channels using the Switches panel in Timeflow. The Switches panel on the left side of the Timeflow view provides toggle switches to control object and channel states. The panel may be collapsed and expanded by clicking the small arrow at the top. On the far left is the lock icon, which may be toggled on and off for each object and channel. Objects and channels cannot be selected or modified if they are locked, so this feature can be helpful when editing to prevent changes. Clicking the lock icon at the top of the panel toggles the display filter, showing only unlocked items. If conversely you wish to view only locked items, hold the Shift key while clicking the lock icon. The lock icon at the top can also be used to toggle the lock status for all selected items by holding the Control key when clicking. This can be used to quickly lock or unlock all items displayed. The next column displays an eye icon for game objects and a graph icon for channels. Clicking the eye toggles the active state for each game object, while the graph icon toggles the display of graphs in the graph view. These concepts are not actually related, but combined in the same column for convenience. If the eye icon at the top is toggled on, the display shows only visible objects, hiding any that are deactivated. Holding the Control key and clicking on the eye icon at the top toggles the active state on and off for all objects in the view. If you hold the Shift key and click on the graph icon of any channel, the icon turns red and the channel is continually displayed in the graph view. This can be helpful when working with the graph view to keep a specific channel or set of channels visible in the graph at all times. The next column displaying a stopwatch icon toggles the enabled state of the object or behavior. Unlike the eye icon, the stopwatch disables the components only, allowing the object to remain active otherwise. Note that whenever updating is turned off at the object level, it automatically disables all behaviors on the object and is no longer active within Timeflow. Clicking on the stopwatch icon at the top enables the display filter to show only enabled objects and behaviors. Holding the Control key and clicking the top icon toggles the enabled state for all items in the view. The final column in the Switches panel is used solely as a display filter in the Timeflow view and has no effect on the object states or behaviors. Clicking the icon for each object or channel toggles whether it is shown or hidden. However, the display filter is only applied when the top icon is on. Similar to the other switches, holding the Control key and clicking the top icon toggles the Show Hide state for all objects listed. This filter button also has a couple of extra special modes. Holding the Shift key while clicking the top icon displays only objects and hides all channels. This can be helpful to hide all the animation channels to solely work with objects and tracks. Another special mode allows specific channels or objects to be viewed separately in solo mode. Objects or channels must be tagged with solo mode by holding the Alt key while clicking the Show Hide icon. When solo mode is enabled, the icon turns to a filled white circle. To activate the solo display filter, showing only those items soloed, hold the Alt key and click on the top icon, which also then displays as a white filled circle. At any time, if any switches are enabled, a red line is drawn to clearly indicate that the objects and channels might be hidden from the view. This is a helpful clue to remind you when a display filter is active, in case you can't find an object or channel which should otherwise be listed. In the next video, we'll go over customizing the object display list.